soon, this will all be filled with snow. Snow, yes, Dad, snow. And then go skiing.
White stuff.
White stuff.
Cold stuff.
White, cold snow, Dad.
Okay.
You gonna come skiing with us?
Yes. Yes.
Not got a nice haircut. Look at him. Look at him.
No,
getting
look at
all
this
cleaned
guy.
up.
Look at
Look at
no,
I'm fine.
No, look at him. This.
What I did.
What's up?
Making me blush.
Looking good, Tim. Oh my.
I look a little younger, except the grays.
I have grays too. You can't see them because I shaved them really low.
All right, we're in Anchorage. We're gonna go pick up Dad from the airport in a few hours, and we're gonna head into Interior Alaska.
But first, we're gonna get a sawmill down payment.
Yep, need to get her sawmill.
And another sneaky goodie that you will be invited to see later.
Sneaky Goodie. I'm gonna do a label maker, and I'm gonna name it Sneaky Goodie.
I like it. It's a good name.
Pop,
Что, сынок?
how's Alaska?
Alaska is good.
like
I
it?
love Alaska. Alaska is a very old Russian territory. Хорошая земля, сынок. Вы находитесь... Я сейчас нахожусь с правильными людьми, в правильное время и в правильном месте.
Oh.
This is the new driving method for relieving stress and being human. It's driving with dog that you can't feel the road. That's okay.
Let's not kill ourselves. I wanted to give a little bit more introduction to our dad, and
Big part of who we are.
yeah,
Like all of the parts.
all of the parts of who we are, pretty much. Pop, can you tell us a little bit about how we're here now in Alaska, but in general, how we're here in the States, and how did that all come about?
We flew here by plane. 1990. So I was born in Kazakhstan. It's a real Muslim republic from former Soviet Union. So, and from my childhood, I was thinking about America. My first book was what I read. It was by a writer, American writer Ernest C. Tom Thompson. He wrote good story about little boys who play in Indians. So I just dreaming to see America and see Indians. So when I was in school, I studied very careful about history of America, and I started to read more serious books books from James Fenimore Cooper and Jack London and Mine Reid and some other writers. So I completely fill out with American dreams and American heritage history. So 1990, Soviet Union was collapsed, you know, and we had opportunity to move to America. So I took advantage to do it, you know, and I had 2 kids, Tim and my daughter, my wife and me, and we came to America. So I think I saw everything what I dreamed to see. So and I saw many good places in America, and I visit many reservations, Indian reservations, and yeah, that's what we came to America this way.
He did leave out the part of all the hard work. We came here with pretty much just the shirts on our back, and
Not a lick of English.
Not a lick of English. We actually, when we flew in, remember, Dad, we had a layover in Indianapolis,
Yeah.
and our destination was Minneapolis. So we heard the name Indianapolis. It kind of sounded the same, so we got off our plane, and there's nobody there to greet us, and we finally got through the language barrier and found out that we disembarked the airplane at the wrong state, the wrong city, and wrong state. So our first overnighter in the U.S. was in a hotel that the airline provided for us in Indianapolis, and then we caught the next flight out to Minneapolis, where our sponsor family lived. But even after that, lots and lots of hard work. My mom and dad, they got a little job doing food prep for a fast food chain out there.
Some of the best Greek gyros ever.
Yeah, Dino's Gyros.
Yeah.
They started way back when.
So I had salary $3.60. Yeah.
Yep.
I cleaned onions and vegetables and restrooms. It was very good experience for me, and now I think we are now good. You know, we have houses, paid off houses. My house is cost about $500,000, 5 acres of land. You know, and I think me and my sons, they do good. You know, they step over from all difficulties and became a successful people. Praise the Lord. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Lord. Yeah.
Amen
We
to
prayed every day, and we started church, and God blessed us in many very good ways. You know. Praise the Lord for everything what we have now.
Amen to that, Dad. And we moved into an apartment first, and by that time, Mom and Dad, they had a job at a metal fabricating plant, and they fabricated aluminum parts for snowmobile heads, motors, and all kinds of stuff. And I remember one day my dad took me to work with him, and kind of later on, he worked night shift at the metal fabricating plant, and then he got construction jobs during the day, side jobs. So he was working night shift and day shift. And he took me to the metal fabricating plant one day, and he's like, "Hey, come here, I want to show you something." And we went to the back of the warehouse, as far away from the noisy machinery as we could, but I mean, still, there's like just noise everywhere. And then there's these pallets with cardboard boxes stacked almost to the ceiling, and kind of we weaseled our way through those pallets, and up against the back wall, he had some saran wrap, well, not saran wrap, the packaging wrap. He like squirreled himself a little bed back there, and instead of eating lunch, he would go back and catch up on sleep, because then, you know, after a full night shift, he was during the day doing construction. So we definitely got our hard work ethic from our dad, and it's carried through our lives, and it's such it's such a good thing to have your base, your work base not be a 40-hour week. I don't think we've ever worked a 40-hour week, and that's full time. Full time is double that.
Yeah.
It's at least double that, and that's kind of the standard that we grew up with, and it allowed us to kind of zip through, that financial progression, the usual accepted financial progression a little bit faster, because we're doing double amount of work in the same amount of time.
I remember a good story about Tim. So we built house with my contractor, and we built a porch from new house, but the place between the ground and the floor was very shallow, and we couldn't squeeze in there, And I told to my contractor, he was John Paulson, I said, John, Tim can do it, does it. He said, oh, good idea. And we called the team, and he took the bag of insulation and insulated the whole floor from outside, and it was first Tim's job, and he got money. Another story, we built house in Minnetonka, and we put the siding on new garage, and I took Tim to this project job site, and I put on pouch and Tim body and hammer and nails, and he started do siding. Afternoon, the neighbor man, he was a doctor from hospital. He came out and said, I saw in the morning little boy walking around garage. I thought he's playing, but every minute when I watched the window, I saw piece by piece going up on the garage wall of siding. And he finally came out and said, I like to see this little boy. He's very hard worker. Yeah, I was proud. It was my son. Yeah, he's a good man now.
So that's just a little insight onto, other than digging around in the rain and the mud that we've been posting recently, and kind of a little bit of backstory.
I was adopted.
No, he wasn't. He was born in America. He's an American.
He's an American man, yeah. But he's hard worker.
He is.
Took him to job sites too, and he helped me in many big projects. Yeah, later.
Yeah. So, America's the place to be. Nowhere else is there
This much opportunity.
freedom, and
Alaska.
Literally, you can, we faced some diversity. I mean, some difficulties. We had, our house egged. We had, we saw discrimination, but it was like, water rolling off of duck feathers. It doesn't matter. Like, you just, who cares? You just keep going, and we've never been the victim of anything. It's just all you do is you just keep working harder, and you don't. I mean, we didn't resist. We just kept our head to the ground, and we just kept plugging away, and like Dad said, most importantly, we just kind of faith and family. That's where that was. So thanks, Dad, for sharing a few things.
Thank you, Tim.
Where are we right now? We're at church, and there's food that we haven't eaten in like years.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this deliciousness. We are gonna, after we stop drooling, we're gonna
Get some food, yeah.
Can you tell us something?
English?
Yeah.
So we are now at the church of Delta. It's Russian church. So we have today special service for the Harvest Day, Harvest Feast.
Оно говорит, ибо сказываю вам, во время благоприятное я услышал тебя, и в день спасения твоего помог тебе. Вот теперь время благоприятное, вот теперь день спасения. Слышите, друзья, сегодня день спасения. Поэтому сегодня можно сделать первый шаг навстречу к Богу.
And after service, we have good lunch.
Can you tell us about some of this Russian food?
Everything. This is a plov. It's actually Asian food from Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and blini. It looks like Ukrainian.
Crepes. It's kind of like
Yeah, pilmeni is traditional Russian food. Also some salads and sausages, ham, and some other stuff. It's very good for for the conclusion of this beautiful service what we have today. Thank you very much.
This is Hal.
Маленькая добрая церковь благословила моих сыновей продуктами на целую неделю.
Small church in
Big heart.
Delta Junction gifted us with like 10 pounds of food. God is just looking out for us.
God is good.